The Garden of Eden is one of the most compelling and enigmatic locations described in the Bible. According to the biblical account, it was the earthly paradise where the first humans, Adam and Eve, lived before their expulsion following the fall. The primary source of information about the Garden of Eden is the book of Genesis in the Old Testament. This essay explores the biblical description of Eden, various interpretations of its location, and the significance of this garden in religious and cultural contexts. Biblical description of the Garden of Eden. The most detailed description of the Garden of Eden appears in Genesis chapter 2 verses 8 to 14. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden. And there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, and good for food. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted, and became into 4 heads. The name of the first is Pishon, that is it which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. There is bdellium and the onyx stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon, the same is it that compasseth the whole land of Cush. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel, that is it which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. This passage gives several key details about the geography and nature of Eden. Location eastward in Eden. The garden is described as being eastward in Eden, suggesting Eden is a larger region with the garden in its eastern part. Abundant vegetation. It contains every tree, pleasant to the sight and good for food, emphasizing its lush and fertile nature. 2 special trees. Central to the garden are the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Water source. A river flows out of Eden to water the garden, splitting into 4 heads, Pishon, Gihon, Hiddekel, Tigris, and Euphrates. Identifying the rivers. The identification of these rivers is crucial to locating Eden. The Tigris and Euphrates are well-known rivers that flow through modern-day Turkey, Syria, and Iraq. However, the Pishon and Gihon are more obscure. Pishon. This river is described as flowing around the land of Havilah, known for its gold, bdellium, and onyx. Some scholars associate Havilah with regions in the Arabian Peninsula or parts of northeast Africa, although its precise location remains uncertain. Gihon. This river is said to flow around the land of Cush. Traditionally, Cush is associated with regions south of Egypt, particularly modern-day Sudan. However, in some interpretations, it could refer to areas in Mesopotamia or even a now lost or redirected river. Theories on the garden's location. Scholars and theologians have proposed various locations for the Garden of Eden based on biblical descriptions and historical geography. Mesopotamia, modern Iraq. Supporting evidence. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers run through this region, aligning with the biblical account. Ancient Mesopotamia, known as the cradle of civilization, fits the description of a fertile area where early human civilization developed. Challenges. The identities of the Pishon and Gihon rivers remain unclear, and some propose that these rivers might have been tributaries or have dried up over millennia. Persian Gulf hypothesis. Supporting evidence. During the last ice age, lower sea levels might have exposed a fertile landmass at the head of the Persian Gulf, where the Tigris and Euphrates meet. This area could align with the described convergence of rivers. Challenges. This theory relies on speculative geology and ancient climatic conditions, which are difficult to verify definitively. Armenian highlands, eastern Turkey. Supporting evidence. This region is near the sources of the Tigris and Euphrates. Some propose that changes in ancient river courses could explain the divergence and convergence of rivers mentioned in Genesis. Challenges. The precise paths and identities of the Pishon and Gihon rivers remain contentious, and archaeological evidence directly linking this area to Eden is lacking. Northern Iran. Supporting evidence. The fertile areas around the Zagros Mountains and proximity to ancient Mesopotamian civilizations provide a plausible context for Eden. Challenges. Like other theories, the identification of all 4 rivers poses difficulties, and definitive archaeological evidence is sparse. Symbolic interpretations beyond geographic theories. Many scholars and theologians view the Garden of Eden symbolically rather than literally. Theological symbolism. Paradise lost. Eden represents an ideal state of innocence and perfect communion with God. The fall signifies humanity's transition from innocence to the knowledge of good and evil, bringing about suffering and mortality. Redemption. Eden's expulsion narrative sets the stage for themes of redemption and salvation that permeate Judeo-Christian theology. Psychological and philosophical symbolism. Human psyche. Some interpretations see Eden as a metaphor for the human unconscious or a primordial state of being. The act of eating from the tree of knowledge represents the awakening of human consciousness and self-awareness. Existential themes. The story reflects existential themes such as innocence, the pursuit of knowledge, moral choice, and the consequences of human actions. Cultural and ethical reflections. Environmental stewardship. Eden serves as a symbol of the ideal relationship between humans and nature, emphasizing stewardship, responsibility, and the consequences of ecological disruption. Moral lessons. The narrative imparts moral lessons about obedience, temptation, and the human condition, resonating across cultures and generations. Eden. In religious and cultural contexts, the Garden of Eden has had a profound impact on religious thought, literature, art, and culture. Religious thought. Judeo-Christian traditions. Eden is central to Jewish and Christian theology, underpinning doctrines of original sin, human nature, and salvation. It also features in eschatological visions of a restored paradise. Islamic tradition. In Islam, Eden, Jannah, is depicted as a paradise of eternal bliss, with significant overlap in the narrative of Adam and Eve, though with distinct theological emphases. Literature and art. Literary works, from John Milton's Paradise Lost to C.S. Lewis' Perelandra, Eden has inspired literary explorations of innocence, fall, and redemption. Visual arts. Artists have depicted Eden in various forms, from idyllic landscapes to dramatic scenes of the fall, capturing the garden's beauty and the poignancy of its loss. Modern interpretations. Environmental ethics. Contemporary discussions on environmental ethics and conservation often draw parallels to Eden, highlighting the need for sustainable coexistence with nature. Cultural symbolism. Eden remains a potent cultural symbol of lost paradise, human yearning for innocence, and the quest for an ideal state of existence. Conclusion. The Garden of Eden, as described in the Bible, remains an enduring and multifaceted symbol in human history. Whether viewed as a literal location or a profound metaphor, its story speaks to fundamental aspects of the human experience: innocence, knowledge, morality, and the relationship with the divine and the natural world. While the exact geographical location of Eden remains a mystery, its significance transcends physical boundaries, continuing to inspire and challenge humanity's understanding of its origins and ultimate destiny. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. I hope you like this video. Thank you.